Jack and the Beanstalk, retold by Meredith Hairston, illustrated by Chris Buffett. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there lived a mother and her son, Jack. One day, Jack's mother realized that they needed to sell their cow for money to buy food. So, she sent Jack and their cow off to the market. On his way, Jack came across an old man who told him he had magic beans for sale. Jack asked the man, "What makes your beans magical?" The old man told him that if he planted the seeds, they would bring him great fortune. So, Jack, although Jack knew he was to sell the cow for money, he instead traded the cow for the magical beans and made his way back home. When he returned, he told his mother about the old man and the magical beans. Jack's mother was not happy. She did not believe that silly beans could bring anyone great fortune. Jack felt bad because his mother was unhappy, but he still believed the beans would grow him the money they needed. That night, Jack planted the beans behind their house and went to bed. The next morning, when he and his mother awoke, they looked out their window to see the tallest stalk that ever was. They looked up, and the big stalk was growing into the sky. "I wonder where it goes," Jack asked his mother. "I think I will climb up and see." Jack's mother wished him not to go, but Jack was certain there was something wonderful at the top, so he began to climb. He climbed up and up until he reached the sky. At the top of the stalk, Jack came to a wonderful land full of beautiful gardens and lush forest. As he looked ahead through the gardens and woods, Jack saw a magical castle. Just as he was making his way towards the magnificent palace, a small fairy appeared. The fairy approached him and said, "Welcome, Jack, to your new home." "My new home?" asked Jack. "Why, yes. This castle has been here for you since you were a little boy. There's just one problem," explained the fairy. "What's that?" asked Jack. "There's an ogre who took over the castle, and he believes that it is his to keep. You will have to convince him that it belongs to you in order to have the great fortune you seek." Jack thanked the fairy for her help and made his way to the castle. When he arrived, the giant ogre's wife greeted him. Jack kindly asked her if he might come in and see the great ogre. She was pleased to let him in, impressed by his politeness. Jack spied the giant through a crack in the living room door, and what he saw amazed him. The ogre had a hen that laid golden eggs, bags and bags of beautiful coins, and a harp that made sweet songs when he told it to play. Jack knew that it would not be easy to persuade the giant ogre to leave this great fortune, so he had to think of a plan. Jack tiptoed into the large room, and as he entered, the ogre said, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, Who is it that has come?" "It is I, Jack, the king of this castle." "King?" sniffed the giant ogre. "Yes," shouted Jack, "and I am here to claim my great fortune." "Well," the ogre exclaimed, "you will not claim this fortune without a fight from me." "I do not plan to fight you, ogre," said Jack. "I plan to help you." "How can a small boy help a great giant like me?" "I will let you have all the food and fortune you desire without any work in return, as long as you let me and my mother reclaim what is ours." "Life without work sounds like a dream," said the ogre. "It's a deal." So Jack went back down the beanstalk to find his mother. When he told her of the fortune he had found and the castle that was theirs, she cried for joy. For the rest of their days, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after in their castle in the sky with the greatest fortune of all. The end.